Hello, this is Sterling here, bringing you another Halo breakdown. We're going to be going over some Optic versus Avengers gameplay on Truth Slayer. We're going to be covering three topics today. The first one is going to be about securing sectors. Second topic will be about the micro tool of utilizing no presence. And the third topic is going to be briefly touching upon Optic forming a T setup and also forming a bubble spawn trap setup. So starting off here with Snakebite and Optic, we see they have camo right now. They have two players of Avengers trapped in the red basement. They have World 2 over here in the car vicinity. So we're going to clear out these two players right here in the basement. And from there, Optic is going to initiate a 1-3, meaning they're going to have one player isolated pushing on the P side, which will be Snakebite, and they're going to have three players pushing strong on car side. But to go on the first topic here about securing sectors, so to secure a sector means to have that area controlled and have no enemy presence within that area. So you know you have it in control. So for example, Optic right now they have red base secured and they have the car area secured. You know enemies are not going to be there. And from this information, Optic should know after taking those two players out in the red basement that the last two players of Avengers should either be in P or in blue base. So the first misplay that's going to happen here on Optic's end is that Snakebite here doesn't secure and look inside a P to make sure no one is there from the Avengers team. Before we go over what Snakebite does, Frosty here could have mitigated and made up for Snakebite not checking in P if he'd thrown two nades. I like this first one that he throws to check, oh, if anyone's in this meta spot right here, hiding right here. But he could have thrown another bounce nade right here to check the back wall, because this back area where you see Sane hiding right here is another meta spot that's used a lot by high-level players. And to go into the second topic real quick, Sane here is utilizing the micro tool called no presence, which is when a player hides and doesn't try to show up on the radar or try to be seen visually and doesn't make any sounds, so he doesn't bring up any auditory cues for the opposing team to pick up on his location. And what he wants to do is just patiently wait and wait for more information to come before making a play. So this is really good on Sane's end because they're down numbers, and now he just wants to play patient and wait and see if he can take out a player or two and make a big play. Right here, Frosty goes back to the window, and you can see him stand still here. And why he's doing this is that he's holding back button and he's making sure everybody on the Avengers team is up before he decides to push out to the car side. But we're probably wondering, why did this guy spawn P1 here even though Snakebite's here on the P3? I briefly touch up on this on my other video, but what Snakebite is, what we call this area that he's in is called an inactive area. So to touch upon that again, an inactive area is a region within an active sector that doesn't influence spawns. So being here allows an opening for this guy to spawn here. So to decrease the chances of something like this from happening, Snakebite, if he was in like another position like here P2 or on this P3 ledge, or even right here, or on this area right here, this would have probably not happened, and this guy would probably spawn blue basement with the rest of his team. So we see Snakebite, he could have maybe dropped down at this point and look and just take a peek in P2 and see if everything is clear, but he doesn't do that, and he decides to push up. And at this point, Optic's intention is to leave red base, clear all these guys out in blue base, and invert the spawn trap into spawning them into the red base. At this point, maybe one of these guys should have gone to top mid. So they'll have top mid, two people car, and one P. Maybe they'll have both these car players push in, or just maybe one. So they can have one person in blue base, one car, one top mid, and one P, which would be forming a T-shape kind of setup. And that would trap Avengers in the red base. So Snakebite right here, he sees, oh, I see this guy coming out P1, and probably in his mind he's thinking, oh, this is probably the guy who's controlling P for the opposing team. But again, he never checked P2, so now Boobadooboo is relaying information to Saiyan that, oh, the camel guy's on the street, and he's able to take out Snakebite. So this is the difference right here of Optic not, if they succeeded and Snakebite stayed alive, they would have been in full control and created the snowball effect for the Avengers team and have them spawn trap. But now instead, Avengers have more leeway and more control. They have the P control and yeah, have more map control than just one area like the red base. But now to go touch upon the last topic about Optic possibly forming a bubble spawn trap, since we already touched on the T-shape setup that they could have formed, or what they could have done if everything worked out in their favor. So in this U type of formation, what they're going to do differently is have Frosty here stay put in the red base, have roll 2 be top mid instead, have Lethal instead of car 1 right here be on the bubble like where roll 2 is kind of at, and just control this area. So they have roll 2 here, Lethal top mid, Snakebot on P, and then Frosty in the red base. Let's pretend this guy is not here right now, and he's cleared out. So what they would do is have roll 2 collapse into the blue base from this car door, have Snakebite push from P3 into the blue base, have Lethal help top mid and make sure blue base is clear, and then rotate and fill in P. And then Frosty will just stay put in red. And in this point, they'll have basically Frosty in red, Lethal in P, and then they'll have, or roll 2 in P, sorry, and then Lethal and Snakebite in blue base. And Snakebite should still have camo. And then at this point, after they clear out blue, Lethal will stay put in the blue base, and Snakebite will move out of the blue base and move to this bubble right here with the camo, and he's going to roam around. And now, the spawn trap they're creating with these positionings is that Avengers are only going to spawn on the red bubble and car 1. So that's pretty much the setup. You can also see an example of that setup in one of my videos I did of the same game, because Optic actually initiates it later on in this game. Well, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. We talked about securing sectors, utilizing the micro tool of no presence, and we talked about Optic's 1-3 push a bit and how they could have formed the T setup, and also the bubble spawn trap setup, or what I like to call an extended U. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like the video. Please subscribe. More videos are going to be coming up. Have a nice day. Thank you.